Set in the 1970s, the story begins in a quiet corner of California. A man sets out on a business trip, unaware that this seemingly ordinary day will become the most harrowing experience of his life. He starts his journey in his red compact car, merging onto a long stretch of desolate highway. The road had 2 lanes and was empty, the scenery bleak, with barren landscapes stretching out to distant mountain ranges. As he drives along, he comes across a big old tanker truck which was emitting smoke from behind. The man overtakes the truck and drives. After driving for a long time, the truck suddenly comes from behind and overtakes the man, nearly causing an accident. This shocks the man and he drives along. He then overtakes the truck and tries to get a glimpse of the truck driver, but fails to do so as he drives listening to the radio in his car. He reaches a gas station and proceeds to fill his car with gas. But then, the truck too reaches the gas station and the truck driver parks the truck beside the man's car. The man tries to get a glimpse of the truck driver's face, but is only able to get a glimpse of his hand. While the attendant at the gas station fills his car tank, the man notices a pair of legs walking on the other side of the truck and tap on its tank to fill it. He tries to look at the truck driver's face, but this time too, he fails to get a glimpse of the truck driver's face. He then proceeds to call his wife using the telephone at the gas station. He tells his wife that he wants to apologize for the fight he had with her in the morning. He also tells his wife that he has a work appointment and might not be in time to attend dinner which they were supposed to have with one of their friends. He starts driving along. After some time, he suddenly notices the truck coming from behind. After seeing the truck speeding towards him, he signals the truck to overtake. But after overtaking him, the truck slows down and blocks his path. The man tries overtaking the truck, but is blocked by the truck every time. He curses the truck driver, saying he does not have time to play games and has an appointment, and honks. Then he sees the hand of the truck driver, signaling him to overtake. But as he tries overtaking the truck, he notices an oncoming car and pulls to the side just in time to avoid a collision. He curses the truck driver and again tries overtaking the truck. He then notices an unpaved turnout and uses it to beat the truck driver. He manages to get ahead of the truck and rejoices that he has had the last laugh. He notices that there is a cafe 7 miles ahead, but he notices the truck coming from behind at a very high speed. He increases his car speed to get away from the truck, but the truck manages to catch up with him. Even after increasing his car speed to over 70 miles an hour, he sees the truck tailgating him and honking at him. The truck then bumps into his car, and the man was shocked. He tries to speed away, but the truck keeps bumping into his car. This turns out to be a cat and mouse game with the truck tailgating the man even though he is driving at more than 90 miles per hour. He speeds up to more than 100 miles per hour and then notices the cafe. He tries parking his car in the parking lot, but because of his car speed, he crashes his car to a fence. The cafe owner asks him if he is alright and asks him what happened, to which he replied that a truck driver is trying to kill him. But he says there is no truck around. He goes to the restroom, and upon returning from the restroom, he sees the truck parked outside. He studies the truck drivers, identifies one who is wearing boots similar to the truck driver, and confronts him. The confused and offended truck driver attacks the man and leaves in a different truck. The tanker truck leaves moments later, indicating that its driver never entered the cafe. The man knows he can't stay in the cafe forever. After a few minutes, he returns to his car, his heart pounding. After resuming his drive, the man is flagged down by the driver of a school bus whose engine had overheated. The driver asks him for a push, to which the man asks him why didn't he ask the tanker truck driver to help him? To which the driver says that he didn't find any such truck. In the process of pushing the bus with his car, the front bumper gets caught underneath the bus's rear bumper. The truck appears in a tunnel down the road, causing the man to panic. He and the bus driver free his car, and the man flees in his car as the truck arrives and helps push the school bus full of children onto the road. He stops at a railroad crossing and waits for a freight train to pass through. The truck suddenly appears from behind and pushes his car towards the oncoming train. The man stands on the brake and shifts into reverse. This goes on for some time while the train passes the railroad. He manages to hold his ground against the truck driver. As soon as the train passes, the man floors the accelerator and moves his car onto the foot of the hills to avoid being crashed by the truck driver. The truck continues down the road after this. The man then moves his car onto the road and starts driving slowly along the road to avoid the truck. The man finds a gas station nearby and pulls over. He gets out of his car and a lady from the gas station approaches him and asks him if he needs anything. He asks her if there is a telephone booth nearby and also asks her to check his car engine if there were any issues with it. While in the gas station, he notices that the truck, which had gone ahead, had stopped. He calls the police, and while reporting about the truck driver who was trying to kill him, the truck takes a U-turn and charges at the telephone booth. The man escapes in time, but the truck driver tries to move him down again as the lady watches in horror. To escape the truck, he gets into his car and starts driving again. He manages to get out of sight of the truck and parks his car behind a boulder to escape from the truck. He then sees the truck passing by and decides to wait for an hour. He thinks about what he would tell his boss and wife and falls asleep in the meanwhile. He wakes up after a while due to the sound of a passing by train and rejoices thinking he escaped the truck. While driving along in a relaxed mood, he suddenly sees the truck parked beside the road and is aghast at its sight. He stops his car, and while looking at the truck in disbelief, he notices another car passing by, and when that car drives by the truck does nothing. But when he tries passing by the truck blocks the road, forcing him to drive back. He decides to confront the truck driver, but the truck starts driving ahead and stops. Then the man notices an old couple in a car driving along the road and stops them. He tells them his situation, that his life is in danger, and tries convincing them to either call the police regarding the truck driver or at least drop him off to the nearest telephone booth. But the truck starts moving towards the car. The couple gets scared and tell him that they are helpless and leave. The man sees the truck charging towards his car and runs away, thinking the truck will mow down his car. But the truck stops just near the car and then goes back to the same place where it was waiting for the man before. The man gets into his car and drives slowly towards the truck, but as soon as he passes near the truck, he hits the accelerator and speeds away. The truck then starts chasing him, and the cat and mouse game continues. This goes on for a very long time as the truck keeps chasing the man. After driving for some time, the man finds a broken-down car nearby. Seeing the design on the car, he thinks it's a police car and pulls over. But then he sees that it's not a police car, but a pest control car. He drives through the road while the truck continues to chase him. The truck chases him along even as he speeds up. The chase goes even on a turnout when the highway was closed. The man is shocked as to how the truck driver could drive so fast even on a turnout. As a result of driving fast, the man's car knocks against a few poles and a roadblock. He gets injured when his car knocks against the roadblock. While escaping from the truck, his car engine heats up and starts to slow down due to this. The man gets anxious while his car smokes up. Out of despair, the man drives up a dirt road to the edge of a canyon with the truck in pursuit. He turns his car to face the oncoming truck. Jamming the accelerator down with his briefcase, he steers his car towards the oncoming truck, jumping out of the car at the last moment. The truck collides with the car, which causes a fire. The truck driver's vision gets blocked due to the fire, and by the time he notices the cliff and jams his brakes, the truck slides over the cliff and falls down the cliff. The truck crashes down, killing the driver, whose face is still not visible to the man. The man then rejoices in his victory. The story ends with the man sitting down at the cliff's edge and throwing pebbles down on the wreckage as the sun sets on the horizon. If you like the video, then hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, and do follow us on Facebook and Instagram.